today they're giving her daughter a baby shower.
Okay. Gotcha. Yeah, I'm trying to find out where Miss Constance is. Let me.
Yeah, I know.
So let me pull out my phone and find
Miss
out.
Constance is a constant.
Yeah, she's usually the one that reminds me. Zoom recording and see who we have that came on. All right, so it's going to be us today. If somebody jumps on, that'll be good. So what I want to see today is what we need to, do y'all see the little red dot? Are we recording? We're recording.
Yes.
All right,
Yes,
so let's. Oh, no. No, Gwendolyn. Actually, we've had good weather. Last week, this is no lie. Last week when I got off the training call with y'all, we had a storm come up out of nowhere. And about 7 o'clock, from 7 o'clock until Sunday morning, I was literally sitting in the dark. We had no power. I was like, okay, God, that's your sign of letting me know I did exactly what you wanted me to do, and I needed to do it. But we don't know what happened, but we had absolutely no power from about 7 o'clock Saturday night. The wind was terrible. Nothing. So, and then it rained again Sunday, and then it's been, I think we had like 50 and 60 degree weather up until Thursday, and then it just got really hot. So we got like 93 degree weather and the sun shining today. The South is so unpredictable, just to let you know. If y'all want to come on down. We got room.
What state are you in, Sheila?
I'm in North Carolina, right outside of Charlotte.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm in Louisiana.
Okay, yep. My son actually got us tickets to the race today, and I told him, I said, there's no way I'm going to be sitting out there in that sun.
Oh, well, Louisiana, it gets hot. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, and we have this sticky heat, you know, where it just feels, where it's like you go outside for 5 minutes and come in and have to take a 10-minute shower just to cool off and get dry again.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so I'm open for questions. What do we need to go over today?
Me, I say bookmarks. I'm having trouble putting my bookmarks in folders.
Okay, we can do that.
I got plenty bookmarks. I just can't seem to figure out how to get them in my folders and show up there, you know, like yours are. You know how you get the folders showing?
All right, what system do you have?
I have Windows 10.
Okay, so yours should be like mine. I know Macs are a little different, but you still should be able to put that folder on your bookmark. Okay, but we'll go over that.
I have HP.
Gotcha. That's what I have. All right. Well, I put that on my to-do list. All right. Anybody else?
Yes. In one of the chats, somebody brought up about getting spam on the Response Magic. What is that all about? Do you know?
Yeah, I'll go over that.
Okay, great.
Yeah, and it has to do with your wording in Response Magic, that it goes straight to the spam folder to anybody that you send it to.
Okay.
So we'll go over that too. Anything else?
Yes. Also, I saw in one of the chats about advertising on Pinterest.
Mm-hmm.
Can we go over that?
I did that last night. Pinterest is kind of weird, because you have boards and you can go and advertise on different boards that people have created, or you can create your own board if you don't see one out there that you want to advertise for or to. So it's a little different. It takes a little bit getting used to, but it's out there for people, because a lot of people search Pinterest for different things. But you always want to make sure that when you do go to Pinterest, you have great pictures or a great meme or great article for them to look at, because it has to be eye-catching, because you are competing with a lot of people on Pinterest.
Okay. Pinterest?
Pinterest, P-I-N-T-R. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Pinterest.
Okay. I never tried them.
Yep. I have several boards on Pinterest, and I don't use it as much as I should, but it's a good marketing tool, especially when you go to Canva. If you use Canva to create your pictures or anything, it actually will automatically send it to your Pinterest board, your Tumblr board. It'll send it to just about anything that they have access to. And they'll send you your picture that you've created. And then once you pull it up, then you can actually do an ad right there. It has your picture or your link, and then you just copy your ad to it.
Okay.
We'll do that today. I'll show you some of the ones that I've been playing with.
And Miss Sheila, on LinkedIn, how do you introduce yourself on LinkedIn? Internet marketer?
Yes. I put it as an affiliate internet marketer, but I had a LinkedIn profile before I started doing this as a corporate person.
Okay.
So now my profile reads, I still leave that up there, corporate HR, and now I just say retired internet marketing. So.
Okay.
And but yeah, I have
get on LinkedIn, and I think that's what I'm gonna do too. Just internet marketer.
Yeah, and you want to make sure in your profile you put as much information as you can. You will also get a lot of people that will search you for potential job, and you will get some people who say, "Hey, I saw your resume or saw your profile on LinkedIn. We have a job that." It'll come through, and I'll just tell them. I tell them all the time, no, that's why I'm retired. I got tired of the 9 to 5 or the 9 to 9.
Yeah.
9 to 9.
Why don't you come with us?
Yeah. I've told them, I was like, here, look at my blog and see if I've done that several times. So, but LinkedIn is still a good thing. Also, what you want to do is once you get into LinkedIn, they actually have a tab where you can go in and write articles that other LinkedIn users can see. And it's not necessarily those that are just in your profile or in your portfolio. Anybody that's on LinkedIn can read your article. So you can actually go in there and write an article on Bitcoin, or write an article on Sephora, or write something that will appeal to the corporate American, and put that article in there and link it to your website. Not link it to the article where it's going to, but link it to your website for them to come back and read more information on it.
Oh, okay.
So you
Can you show us how to do that too?
Yeah, I'll show it to you. Yeah, it's a wonderful format that you can go in and utilize. A lot of people don't utilize it. They just go into LinkedIn, put a little blurb like they do for Facebook, and never notice that it's got where you can actually go in and write that article in LinkedIn. It's wonderful. So what else?
Miss Wendelin has questions on there.
Okay, let me go in there and see. Constance, hey!
I have no idea what happened. I'm so sorry.
I was like, where's Constance?
Oh, God. I have your number right here, scotch taped to my Mac. I can't believe. Oh, everybody don't laugh.
You're good. I just knew you needed to be here.
Oh.
Do not delete any old pages unless it's something that we don't market anymore. And I still wouldn't say delete it. I would say put it in draft, for the simple fact you might be able to use that content for another article that you have, or another affiliate that you might get approved for. You can put, if you don't want to use it anymore at all, then just put it in draft. But I wouldn't delete anything unless it's just something you know for sure you're never going to use again and you can't use the content. As far as denying affiliates that you haven't asked for, never deny an affiliate. You don't have to use them if you've gotten approval for them, but don't deny them, because it's just like any other sort of like a club program. Once you start denying affiliates, word gets around, and then you will start being denied from other affiliates. So just because you get approval for an affiliate does not mean you have to use them. But I would never deny working with an affiliate, for the simple fact you don't want word to get around to the other affiliate programs that you are denying people working with them. That will give your company a bad name. You can always, like I said, leave them out there and just know that it's there if you ever decide to use them. But you do not have to use everybody that you've gotten approval for. I've gotten approval for so many companies in my CJ, it's just pages and pages and pages and pages, and I'll never be able to use all of them. One time when I first got started, I went and bought me a notebook, saying, hey, I'm going to print off all of my affiliates that I've gotten approval for, so I can go back and access and see. I even had them in categories, all my sports, all my clothing. I stopped when I got to my 5th notebook. I was like, there's no way. And it's full to the point to where if I open it up, I got a sleeve that'll fall out because it won't close properly. But I got 5 notebooks full, and it still is not everybody I've been approved for. So, and it's the 2-inch notebook. So it's not the little but notebooks. And they keep coming in. But I'm not just approved for CJ. I have several other affiliate programs out there that are like CJ that I've been approved for stuff all the time. So there's other marketing houses beside ClickBank, CJ, and Brunette that you can go out there and get approval for. Offer Vault's a really good one if you want to look at that one. They have a lot of survey affiliates. I know you're going to see them here coming up in the summer. You'll get them on your email. You'll get them on your text where it says Coke versus Pepsi. Which do you like best? That's actually an affiliate marketing program. They pay you $1 for every time somebody fills out that survey. There's another
What's
company.
the name again?
Offer, OFFERVAULT, Offer Vault.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, and they have several like that. And then they have other companies in there that CJ doesn't have. Like I've gotten approval for Macy's Wine Club is in there. I've gotten approval for Rolling Stones Wine Club. I've gotten approval for Florsheim that's in there. Nutrisystem is in there, but I think Nutrisystem is now on CJ too, but they were before on another program. So there's several programs you can go in there and look and get approval for. Okay. All right, somebody's got a doggy in the background or water burbling, so if you could just mute yourself.
Is that Offer Vault?
Where am I at? Oh.
All right, now I can't hear. I think that was Mr. Dan.
Yeah, I was asking you if that was offervault.com. Is that how we find them?
It might be. I just typed in Offer Vault, and it might pull it up in a search tab in Google as a generic, but you can probably put .com. Let's see. Here's another one, Smart AVD. That's another one. That's another affiliate program that you can get involved with. 4G Offers is another one. G4, the number 4 Offers is another good one. This is another
All
good
affiliate programs?
Yep, all of them are affiliate programs like CJ. This one is affiliatefix.com, AFFILITEFIX. And here it is. Yeah, offervault.com. You can, and it's affiliate marketing site. And they do have a lot of CPA offers. That's where they go in and fill out a survey and you get paid. And they range anywhere from $1 up to $3. But they also do have regular commission-based programs too. So those are some of the ones. And like I said, I get approval. Here's another one. Rakuten Marketing, RAKUTEN.
Is that like Ebates?
No, this one, no. Rakuten Marketing is just like CJ. And they actually have Lane Bryant in their program, and I'm trying my best to get Lane Bryant, and I keep getting denied. So I'm going to keep trying. I don't know why I'm getting denied. I still get denied for Amy Clubwear too. So,
Same here.
but I'm going to keep trying because I really want Lane Bright. And these are the only ones that I found that has Lane Bright is this company right here. So I really want to get that one. But they all have different programs in there and they're all free. Just like with CJ, you just have to sign up. You get approval for the actual marketing house, and then you have to get approval for each company that's in there, just like you do with CJ. The only difference is with, at least I know these three, the G4 offers, the resource, and the offer vault. On some of them, you actually have to produce your ad first for them to approve before they will send it. They want to make sure that you actually have, number one, a website, and number two, that you have a good ad that you want to market with them. And then they will send you an approval. But, okay, so what else?
Somebody on one of the chats was also talking about free Bitcoin. Do you know what that's all about and where to go and how to get it?
Oh, your free Bitcoin is in your website. That's computer.
No, this was something else. Jay is the one that brought it up.
That's for Excel Trip. If you are signed up with Excel Trip, they have a program that you can go through. I haven't done it but that's through Excel Trip. You should have gotten an email if you signed up for Excel Trip about that program.
I'll look for it.
Yeah. If you sign up for Excel Trip, it should be in there. You should have gotten an email for me. It's about a week, maybe 2 weeks ago. Or you can just type in your search for Excel Trip and it'll pull up when you go to your email, just go into your search in your email and type up Excel Trip and it'll pull up all the emails that came from your Excel Trip.
Okay, thank you.
Uh-huh.
So are some computers set up different as far as, I still haven't figured out, and you're probably going to yell at me.
No.
Is the moving a picture from my Dropbox to my ad page to classifieds for free. I have to do too many steps, and I tried working with my instructor for a whole hour on this. And when I double click, right click on the picture, it doesn't check it or anything in my Dropbox. A whole thing pops up asking me what do you want to do. So I want to save it, print it, delete it.
Let's go. And this is for your classifieds for free, or is that just for?
Just transferring a picture in general. I mean, I can transfer them to my media library, but you said don't do that if you're not using them for your website, your offer site.
Yeah. Okay. Your media. All right. Let's go to here. All right. So, part of our training today is I'm going to create a brand new page based on a meme I created yesterday. And so I'm going to open up a new tab. Whenever I'm creating pages, I always have at least two. But since I am going to be creating a page from 2 offers in my website, I'm going to open up 2 pages because I'm going to be creating a new page. So, and I'm going to show you how to move media. So we're going to do that first. So these are open. And I'm going to come here to this one. I'm going to go to new right here, and I'm going to go to a new page. I'm not going to do a post. I want to do a page. All right. So then we're going to go over here to these other 2, and I'm going to go to my all pages and open up the pages I'm going to use. The first one is going to be, which one do I want to use? It was going to be my cigar page. So I'm going to do my cigar page. All right. I can't remember what my title, I think, okay. That's why it's not. and then search pages for cigars. All right, and then I'm going to use this one. I'm going to click view. All right, and then on my next page, I want to do wine, and it's I know all of these do not have wine in them.
Are you putting that all on one page, Miss Sheila?
I'm gonna create a new page from 2 pages I've already previously done, and I'm going to use the information in these pages. So instead of trying to remember off the top of my head what I want to say, I'm going to pull these pages up as reference. So, but for some reason it's not pulling up my wine on my wine category pages. So just bear with me. There's a particular, and I got so many pages, I can't remember everything there we go. Let's read this one. Yeah, we'll do that one. Okay. All right, so so here's the 2 pages I want to use. This one's talking about romance and wine. It should have something in here. Yes, so I want to use part of this right here about water, beach, bathtubs. There we go. I want to use that. And then my cigar page, I want to use some of the information in here about the cigar. And then I'm going to pull up this page. So this is how you're going to see a brand new page. And I always tell you, make sure you have your title first. So the first thing I'm going to do is type in Yep. All right. So that's my title, and I might change it later, but for right now, that's what I want it to name. I want to name it. And I'm going to bring my picture in first. So, because that's what I want people to see. They're like, wine, cigars, and a bubble bath. Why does that make sense? So I'm going to add a block, and I want it to be an image block. So I'm going to get an image block, and it gives me 3 options. I can upload it, which means it's going to ask me to go to a file in my computer. All right, and if I do that, then I'll just go to my file for my blogging pictures and pull it up. If it's something I've already used one time in my website, then I just go to my media library, look for it, and post it in there. However, if I have a video, something from YouTube or something in my site that I have that has an address, a URL address, then I would put that here. But since this one I know I have not used in my website, I'm going to tell it to upload it, which means it's got to go find it in a file in my computer. And I'm going to tell it where to go. So I'm going to click on upload, and it's going to pull up my computer. Okay. All right. So then it's going to pull up the last folder I was in. All righty. And then what you want to do is when it pulls it up, it's going to pull up, like I said, I was in my Dropbox in my blogging pictures. If this is not where you were, if you weren't in your blogging pictures, you're going to have your categories over here, and you just want to pull up and look for where you were at. So I know I was in my Dropbox. Say this wasn't here. Okay, I want to go to my Dropbox. I want to go to my blogging pictures. So I'm going to click on blogging pictures. And you will click on wherever you have your pictures stored. You might have them in your picture program if you're in Word document, or if you're on OneDrive. So you might have them there. You might have them in your document file, and you have to pull that up. You might have them in your picture file. your video. If you have them stored on a hard drive and you need to pull that up, wherever you have it stored, you might be in your libraries. That's the file you want to pull up and look for the specific file that you are looking for. Since I know this is going to be in my blogging pictures, I pulled up my blogging pictures. I also know that I've stored it in my logo folder in my blogging pictures. So I'm going to go pull up my logo. And I've named it, so I'm going to pull up, find the name that I called it. And it's wine. Right here, wine relax. And that's how you grab a picture. It automatically puts it in there. So this is my picture. I created this last night. And I want to start out with this. Usually you can start out with a paragraph, but this is how I want to start my page off. It's just a meme. If this is your day, this should be your night. And it's got a lady relaxing, even gentlemen. Like I told them last night, I don't discriminate. If it works for women, it'll work for men.
Go, girl.
So this is how you would get it. Now, if I want to check, I'm going to go here and hit Save as Draft. And this is why I told you don't need to go and add it to your media library. If I go check here at my media library and I just look at my library, it's going to show there's my picture I just used. So it automatically puts it in my media library. I don't need to add it to my library. So and these are all the pictures that I have used in my website since I've started. Now, there's probably some duplicates in here. I probably need to come in here and clean this out and get rid of some duplicates, because I would go in and download it and it's like, oh, I can't find it, and download it again. But anytime you use a picture in your website, it automatically gets stored in your media library. So if you know it's the picture you're going to use, you don't need to add it to your library. The minute you put it in your web page, it will automatically get stored there. Does that make sense, Mr. Dan? Or
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
And who else asked me that question? It wasn't you, was it, Mr. Dan? It was
Me. It was Mr. Lou.
Mr. Lou. Yeah. So did that help, or do we need to do it again?
I wasn't having a problem there. I was having a problem taking it to the classified for free.
Okay, we can do that too. I'll show you how to do that.
And I noticed too on my classifieds for free that I'm struggling to get a picture with my ad.
All right. If you don't upload it, it'll do that. Hold on. Let me go to our classifieds. And let me get my template pulled up. Okay. And then I'm going to log in. And we're going to go post an ad. All right. You know, it automatically defaults to the United States. And all right. And I'm going to come here. I'm going to put this in not general merchandising. Not going to worry about that. I'm going to come to my templates. I don't have one for that yet, but I'm going to go ahead and. Wait a minute. What am I trying to say? Pinot Noir. How do you spell that? Pioino.
You're asking the wrong person.
Come on now. Let's see. I got it on my head. I'm going to have to pull it up. I can't remember how to spell it. Where's my teachers? That would be me. I still can't spell it. Where are you? I think that's how it's spelled.
Noir is a red wine grape variety of the species
It's
Vitis
P-I-N-O-T. P-I-N-O-T.
P-I-N-O-R-T. P-I-N.
O-T. I have.
There you go.
Yeah. I go to Google and I can't spell something.
Yeah, usually.
Grammar.
Yeah.
Grammar, whatever it is.
I just looked it up on my phone.
This is my husband's favorite cigar.
Does he smoke in the house?
No. In his truck or anywhere besides my house or the yard. Since I haven't created my page yet, I'm just going to put my website. Okay, so, and then right here, I'm just going to type in my website. All right, so there's that. I don't need a capital H, I need a small h. All right, and then it says select image. A lot of people will come here and try to put an image here. This is not where you put your image. So what you want to do is you come all the way to the bottom of your page, depending on how many pictures you have in your gallery. And I'll clean this up every once in a while and get rid of some of them because I'll put them back in later. But you see right here where it says upload image and choose a file. You're going to do the same thing that you would do for your website. You're going to click choose a file and it will pull up your computer. Okay, and you do the same thing. You're going to choose the file that you want. Now, Classifieds for Free is very picky about the files that you can upload. You can only upload JPEGs and PNGs. If your file is not one of those file names, it will not upload it. I have one student, she was on her tablet, and she was downloading pictures from Google, and it saved them as GIFs, G-I-F-I-F. And Classified does not accept that file format. So if your file is not labeled PNG or JPEG, it will not accept it. See how it says file name is JPEG, JPG? If it doesn't say JPG or JPEG or PNG, it will not accept your file.
Well, how can we control that?
You have to go into your settings for your pictures and label it. And if you're on tablets for some reason, because JPEGs and PNGs are big files, you don't have enough storage, so it will file it under a category that's small enough that doesn't take up all of its space or its memory. So depending on where you're at, saving your pictures determines what file it's going to be. The good thing about it is if you have Paint in your program, you can go into Paint and click Save As, and then it gives you the option what kind of folder file name you want to save it. You can save it as a JPEG, a PNG, or GIF. Same thing with Canva. If you take it and put it on Canva as a GIF, then once you go to save it, then it'll ask you how do you want to save it. So there's several different ways you can go in and change how you want to save your picture. But if you're having trouble and it won't download from here, that's why. It's because of the file name. It doesn't like the file name. So I'm going to come here and grab this one. And it'll put the name right here that I've named it. And you see it's a PNG, so it's going to accept it. And then you just click upload.
So you just double right clicked on that?
Yep. So that's all you do. And then if I want to choose another one, I'm going to go choose another file because I did another one. And
just double right click on it and it should go over there.
Yeah. No, you have to, double right click it on your folder here. And where's the other one I created? This one actually has motion on it, so I'm not sure if it's going to take it. This one right here. Okay, so I just clicked on that. It puts it in here. Then I'm going to click upload image. And you see it's a PNG. So there's my 2 images. Then you have to check this little white box. And you check them in the order you want them to appear on your site. So make sure you check, if this is the one you want it to be first, make sure you check that. I'm going to pick this one. No, where's one with, do I have one already in here? This one. I'm going to do this one, wine bath, and then this one. And then I'm going to click upload image. Okay. Well, no, I already did upload image. So once you click on those, you uploaded your images. They show up here. You click on your white boxes in the order that you want them to appear. And then you go up here and you will see that it has assigned your pictures. And then you go and you post an ad. If you don't see anything in here, that means your pictures did not upload or they didn't take. So you need to come back and choose another picture or go, like I said, find out if your picture has these 2 endings. If it does not have these 2 endings, it's not going to accept the picture. But you always want to make sure that you come down here, choose a file. Once you go to your website, click the picture you want. It'll come here. And as soon as you see the file name right here, you just hit upload image. It'll put it at the bottom of your gallery, and then make sure you check the box at the top, the white box, not the red box. The red box will delete. Check your white box in the order you want those pictures to appear. And then you're going to come back up here, make sure that you have your image, not name or file name, that it assigns it in here in your gallery. And then you're going to click post your ad. Once your ad's posted, it actually shows you what your ad's going to look like. And there's my pictures in the order that I want them to be. Okay? And the thing that you want to remember is you come right here where it says post another ad. I can just click here and boom, there's my picture. Again, all I have to do now is say, okay, I want this to go to let's go to California, come back down, post my ad. I don't have to change anything. My ad's there. If I want this to go to Australia, I can do the same thing as soon as it posts. And classifieds for free, because they change servers, goes really slow. At certain points of the day, I try not to post anything from 11 to 3 o'clock on classifieds because it seems that's when everybody gets on, especially during the week, and it's really, really slow. I usually do it really early in the morning or really late at night. It has less traffic on it that way. So then it's going to show you your ad, shows you you're posting in California. Still got my same information. Want to post another ad? Yes, I do. It's going to take me back to my original ad. Now I want to go to a different country. So I'm going to go outside the United States. We market in Australia. I know my cigars are international that I'm marketing. So I can go there. Not going to change my ad. Not going to change my pictures. And just click post my ad. And then it tells me right there, there's my ad. It's going to Australia under general merchandise, and I'm done. Now, the thing that I want to do now is, because this is a brand new ad I created, I'm going to copy it and the title. And I'm going to come over to my template. And I'm going to go to my wine section that I have. This is my last wine, because after that I go to my hotels. So I'm going to come here and I'm going to post my ad in my template so that I can come back and use it at a later date. Because I might want to use this on Instagram after I get my page created. So there's my ad, there's my title. So now when I get ready to advertise on other media sites, I already have my ad created and I can just tweak it however I need to, because once I get my page added, I'll come back here and actually put my new page title or page name. And I might come back and put a few more titles to go with this ad so that it will change slightly from, one to another. So that's basically how you will get your pictures. Make sure that you come down when you go, and you can change your pictures. You can actually take all of these out and put brand new pictures. But whenever you want to post and get a picture, make sure you go to where it says choose a file. And it's just going to be like in your website where it says download or upload. It's going to pull the file in your computer, not your website, in your computer. And then you're going to tell it where you want to find your file or where your file's located. You're going to pull your file up. And then once your file comes up, then you just pick out which picture you want. You click it just once and it'll show up here. You want to make where it says no file chosen. However you have your name on your file, that's what should show up here. Always look at the prefix, your suffix at the end. If it's anything other than JPEG, JPG, or PNG, it will not upload in classifieds for free. Okay?
All right, thank you.
Does that help?
Yeah, I think I wasn't doing that, so I'll do that now.
Yeah, if you try to drop and drag, this program will not allow that. If you try to put them in here like that, it won't. You have to actually upload it into this gallery, what they call a gallery, and then you have to select it after you upload. That's what these little white boxes are for. And like I said, you want to select them in the order you want them to appear in your ad.
I guess I'm just the kind of person who needs to be kicked by a mule twice to learn the lesson, I guess.
No, because
I'm here with you.
Because when I first did it, when I first came to classifieds, I paid no attention to this gallery, this little information right here. And I was posting like crazy with no pictures. And I kept saying, how in God's name am I going to get a picture in there? I want a picture in there. So I probably posted 100 ads before I realized maybe I need to read below that post ad button and see what's there.
But how do they get in the gallery? Is that after you post an initial picture, then it go in the gallery?
No, your gallery is what you create first. So you're going to create your ad, and then this will be blank where it says select picture from gallery. So that's where you have to come down here and choose a file and upload your image into your gallery. Then once your image is in your gallery, then you select it to post. They basically have it backwards. They should have their post down here, but they don't. They have it up with their ad. But you have to come in and basically create your gallery. And then once your gallery is created, then you select based on these boxes right here, which pictures you want to go into your ad. Then you go back up here and then post. So the site's a little backwards, but it's still very user-friendly once you get past that little quirk they have there.
Oh, did you go over how to put a picture in our gallery? Did you go over that?
Yes, but we can do it again. So what you're going to do is after you create your ad, which is what I've done here, then and we can take these all out. Let's take all of these out. And you just highlight it and delete them. So now there's no pictures here. So I want to create a picture. So I go here to set where it says choose a gallery. And it says click browse to upload an image to your gallery. So we're going to go here and we're going to click choose file. Okay. And with anything, it's going to pull up the last folder you were in your computer. Since I'm always in my blogging pictures or my Dropbox, that's where it's pulling from. So now I'm just going to go through here and find a picture that I haven't currently used, and I'm going to put it in my gallery. So let's find one that I have not used. And I'm going to click on this one. And you see right here, it titled my picture because that's how I have it titled. And then I'm going to click upload image. As soon as you click upload image, it does not put it in your ad. It puts it in your gallery.
Oh, okay. That's where I was getting confused.
Yeah, it doesn't put it in your ad. It puts it in your gallery. So then you hit upload picture and there's my picture. Now, if you notice up here, there's nothing here because I have not selected my picture yet. I just uploaded it so it's in my gallery to use. So then I'm going to come through here and I see all these little boxes, these little white boxes. That's how you select your gallery. So I know I want to use this picture and I already used this one, but I want to use a different wine picture.
In the order that you click them, that's how they'll show up.
That's how they show up. The order you click on them is the order that they show up.
Okay.
And I want to do another one like this one. I thought I had the one with the man on there. And let's see if he's in here.
Yeah, what's up with that?
He should be in here because I've used him before.
He better be.
He's not here, but here's one that you can do romance with the husband and the wife. I don't know where he's at. I'm gonna have to get him, put him in here.
Yes.
So let's find him and put him in here. So I'm gonna go to here and I want to go back to my blogging pictures, and I'm gonna go to my folder that is labeled wine and cigars. And there he is. And I have to be careful because one of them has a watermark and I have not removed it. So let's click this one. And I'm going to upload my file. And how many pictures? Let's see how many I've already clicked 3. So let's get rid of them because I'm not sure exactly what order I put them in. I know I want to use that one. So that one should still be clicked. So now let's use the lady in the hot tub right here. And let's use him.
Thank you.
Yes, because he is kind of sexy right there in his in his lounge wear. And then we're going to click post our ad because all of my information is the same. I do not want it to go to Australia though. I want to go back to the United States. So I'm going to come back here, click United States, and I want to go to another city, which is another good one for wine and cigars. We can do Florida. No, let's do New York. There we go. Big major city or state. And then I'm just going to do the state in general. And then I'm going to click post my ad. Now, if we don't actually pick a state, it goes to all the states, doesn't it? Yes, but you want to make sure you go back and do each individual state because if you don't, there's certain. So here's how it shows up. And it's good that I got at least the same picture that's in my ad. It gives it a little bit of credibility. And then it actually has a different picture for the lady, which is also good because it shows that I'm not really having a one-track mind, so to speak, but kind of do. But anyway, and I got to go in here and fix this because I just noticed that this is misspelled. So I'll be fixing that in Canva. But, you know, so the reason you want to go to each state is, like I said before, Classifieds for Free is a marketing house, just like CJ. But not every city will be able to pick up the major classifieds for free. They might be able to pick up a sub-affiliate for classifieds for free because of cost. So if you just post it to the state, there might be some cities that cannot pick up classifieds for free because it's too big, but they might be able to pick up a smaller subsidiary of that, and that's what they use. So that's why you want to go to each city, so that to make sure that they do have the range to be able to pick up your ad. So you don't want to, leave anybody out just because you went to the to the state and not to the cities that are accessible. They don't have every city accessible for every state. That should tell you because if you go to look at Alabama, there's only like 5 or 6 cities in Alabama that this is marketable in. If you go to some of the other states, they have just about every city that is there, like some of the bigger states like California, but they still don't have every city. So that's why you want to make sure that you go back to the state and do each city in that state and do each state.
I never realized that.
Yes. That's why I say when I get on classifieds for free, I'm usually on here a good hour, hour and a half, sometimes 2, especially if I go to other countries. I do the same thing. I'd go to other countries, and then in each country, I'll go to all the provinces or territory or states in that country, for the simple fact that they do the same thing. You might not be able to get the classifieds for free, but they'll be able to get a subsidiary of it.
So you don't have to go through the whole procedure again to like post in New York and then
No.
then they go to Queens.
So see right here where it says, do you want to post another ad? Click here to go back.
Okay.
You click on that. As long as you don't leave this site entirely, you just go back. And as you can see, it tells you, I just posted this in New York. Okay. New York State. My ad's still the same. I'm still going to general merchandise. I still have the same information. I got my URL, same pictures. All I want to do is change the area that I want to post in. So I want to go up here, say I still want to go to, let's say I want to go to California, but now I want to go to a specific city in California. So I can go up here and find the city I want to go to. I want to go to Brenton. I don't want to go to Huntington Beach. Let's go to Orange County or Palm Springs. Let's go to Palm Springs.
Why don't you want to go to the ones you just passed over?
Nothing specific.
I mean, do you kind of know that they're small? And
No, actually, one of the gentlemen, my seatmate on my flight to Napa, he was from California, and he gave me some very good information on certain cities in California that are kind of well-to-do, that likes to do things out of the ordinary. And so I kind of go to those first, but I still will come back and do every one of them.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. I don't leave any of them out, but there are some, especially if I know I'm short on time and I want to go ahead and get my ad out there. There's certain cities that I will pinpoint to make sure it gets there. And it's usually your bigger cities, your marketable cities, but then I'll come back later and pull up my same ad because in my template, and I'll start and go through all the cities that I missed. But if I know I'm short on time, but I still want to get my ad out there, then I will pinpoint certain cities in each state along with the state.
Gotcha.
So that's how you're going to go through and do that. And then you say, I don't want to do general merchandise. Say I want to come back here and change my venue. So then I'm going to look for other places that wine and cigars are marketable, which would be entertainment. So we can go to entertainment, but I don't want to do entertainment. I've already done general merchandise. I want to go and just put it in miscellaneous because everybody searches miscellaneous. So I'm going to come back here, change my venue. My ad doesn't change. Nothing else changes. Then I'm going to post. And so then it's going to pull up and it's going to show me that my post printed in California, printed in Palm Springs. And that's all I wanted to do. So once that comes up, and then at the very bottom, it will say the same question. Do you want to post another ad? Click here to go back.
So you could you could be doing, let's just say in California and Palm Springs, every like miscellaneous or general merchandise.
Mm-hmm.
Ay, ay, ay.
Yep. And this is what I tell, and I just had another student we were training the other day, and I told her the same thing. You don't want to do it all in one day because you're not, and you still want to go in and tweak your ad if you're going to do the next day. So that's why I said use your template. And then when you come back to the next, and I post every day. So you're going to come back the next day, you know, and, or even a couple of days later, because you've got several different products that you can post. But you want to come back in a few days and then go to a different category that's listed for. Like with wine, wine you can do entertainment, you can do business in for the wine. You can do general merchandising. You can do miscellaneous. So there's 4 different categories you could promote your wine in. And you're going to do it for every country that it's available to. But you don't want to go in and spend 30 minutes, doing in the business category, then come back and do the same thing in the entertainment category. You want to spread it out. So that's 4 different days that you can post that same ad in 4 different categories. But you want to go in and tweak either the title or tweak the ad just a little bit, but not a lot, because it's a good ad. So if you wanted to come in and maybe change the cigar type, like with this one, or change the wine type, or change the verbiage or add a sentence here or there, because you'll have time to think about your ad after you create it, and you'll be like, oh, this would sound better, or this would be, I could do this a little bit better. So that's how you want to do your ads. You have 4 days with 4 different categories with the same ad. Also, you can change your picture. You might find a different picture that you like better, and it makes your ad look different. And then you can, that's how you can go in and do the same thing, do it to the United States in general, and then come to every state, and then go to every city in that state. When I say you could spend 2 hours on this, it will go by faster than you realize. And then by the time you do all the countries that is accessible for wine, like you have the UK, there's a ton of provinces and territories in the UK that you can market to. Then you have Australia, the same thing. There's a ton in Australia. After you do initial Australia, then you go back and do the provinces and Australias and territories. And then you come back and do the cities in those provinces and territories. You can spend a lot of time advertising. So when I say I have 5,000-6,000 ads, it's not hard to do when you have this user-friendly program here that I don't have to change anything other than the category and maybe tweak the ad a little bit for each day. So it's very easy to do 100, 200 ads a day in this one program right here. That's not counting your US net ads, your classified ads, your what's the other one I use? Your Instagram, your Facebook, and your what is my other one? AbleWise. So, you have all these different advertising places that you can advertise. You got Tumblr, you got Twitter, classified ads, you got Pinterest. Here's my Google business that I need to post something to. You have Instagram, all these different, and then you have business ads. You can go to classifieds for free business. It's separate from the regular classifieds, and it's the same concept, but it goes mainly for business. So you can actually register for classified for business, and do the same thing there and market all your programs that are business related, market them there. Then you have your LinkedIn. LinkedIn's a great program too. So there's several different places that you could market, and that's why these templates are so important, because when you're sitting down to market and advertise, all I have to do is come here and say, okay, I want to use this right here. This is where I actually put a post out in my Facebook to do a wine social in the Charlotte, Lumberton, and Raleigh areas. If you want to do a wine social, any business social, give me a call. I provide the wine, you provide the venue. Get out there, especially starting June with this new program going on. I just want to get some more customers. Hey, you don't want to order every month? That's fine with me. You order when you want to. Here's your information. And I always have my no-ship states that are there. But this is my running ad. I have 26 pages of ads that I can come at any time and pick and choose my different products that I want to promote. And I don't have to sit down and try to figure.
Word?
Huh?
Are you storing those in the Word program?
Yes, they're in my Word document.
Oh, okay. Can we do that like on our Google document?
Yes, you can create a Google Doc and save it, and then that way it follows you everywhere you go. I just have mine on a Word document in my Dropbox. So,
Okay.
yep. And so, if I'm anywhere and I was like, oh, I need to post an ad, and I just have my phone, I just pull up my Dropbox, pull up my template folder, and here's all my ads. I can go ahead and create, send them out, copy it and paste it, put a picture with it, same thing. But, I don't have to sit down and try to create a new ad. I have my ads already here. If I want to go in and tweak them, I can go in and actually copy and paste it and then go in and change it a little bit after I put it in there and be done with it. It's not the same ad, but I didn't have to sit there and try to think of a starting point.
Wow, you're amazing.
No, Rory is actually in your training.
No, you are amazing.
I've just been doing this a long time. I've actually when I was in the job world, creating templates and programs, it was something I did every day, creating agendas, making everything, using a calendar. That was my everyday life in corporate America. So this kind of just fell into the same program. I was already programmed to work a calendar, to create templates. It was nothing new to me, but some people, it's totally outside their realm of what they're used to. So it's easy for me to teach this because this is what I've been accustomed to doing just about all my life since I've been, in the workforce, even before workforce in college. I mean, I wasn't even finished high school when I started college. I still had 3 weeks to graduate my senior year before I enrolled in college and was accepted. So I was in college and high school at the same time. And so I had to learn to work a schedule. And, it's like, okay, I get out of school. I got to drive my bus, drop my kids off. I got to be in class at 4:30 for my class, So I had to work around that. And then I tutored. So I had to make sure it was kind of weird that here I am a senior in high school and I was tutoring college juniors and seniors in math because that was my niche,
You're a genius.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
No, I love math. I love numbers, but I hate accounting. Does that make any sense?
Yes.
Okay, just to touch base,
Yes.
Wendelin did you see her question?
I see something just popped up, so let me check in there.
I just don't want to miss out on her.
Uh-huh. Okay. Yep. Yeah, you can use a thesaurus. Yeah, exactly. Also, what is the other one that they use for comparison? There's a bunch of different things that you can use for whenever you're trying to change your information when you're going in to change your templates or to change your ads, and just change your word here and there. Use words that sound the same, that have the same meaning, different wording, but still keep the same content. Key phrase and link phrase. I will. That's what, when we get to, yeah. I wish they were all user-friendly like Classifieds for free. It's wonderful. But they're not, but that's okay. We learn to work them. But yeah, we'll go over previous used key phrase and link phrase. Okay. All right. So when you go, so this is how you do a template. So does anybody have any issues or concerns about how to use a template and how to, you're welcome, how to create a new ad? Mr. Lewis, did that answer your question on how to get to where you need to be as far as getting your pictures in?
Yes, I thank you. I just gotta do it now.
Yeah. Okay. All right. And y'all do know how to find me in Skype, I hope. So if you got any questions and your instructor is indisposed or can't get to you, always Skype me. I might not be able to answer immediately, but I promise I'll get to you as soon as I can and answer any questions that you have. All right.
Sheila,
yes.
Sheila, while you're on here, do you do the renew?
Yes. I haven't renewed in the last few days. So what I will do is after I go in here, and since I've already saved my template, I'm not worried about going in here and changing anything. So I will go here to where it says My Ads, and it will show me all my ads, my current ads. And the good thing about Classifieds for Free also is that it will show you how many people actually clicked your ad. And like we did one last week, and before I even got finished, as slow as my computer was, I had 4 people already looked at my ad within 30 minutes. So that's the good thing about this, is it does show you all your information, you know, that's there, and who and how many people's looked at it. It's not an impression. It actually is a click, that somebody clicked your ad. So when you say, how do I know somebody's looking at my website, you know, or looking at my ads? This one is a good indicator because it does show the clicks, how many times your ad was viewed. So like, see right here, look, 4. I already had 4. And so like, here's one. I had 6 ads, 6 views already. This one I've had 2. And then you have these zeros, and that's fine if it's a 0. I always leave them out there for a month. If they continue to be 0, then usually I will go in and change my ad a little bit and leave it out there for another month. And it still continues to be 0, I'll go in and change my title. But I never take an ad down. It always stays there. So
Didn't you say 30 days? And then
30 days. If you don't renew it every 30 days, it will automatically delete. So that's why because you see I have 86 pages of ads out here. So
you go through them every 30 days?
No, you don't go through them. You see this little tab right here?
Oh, that's right. Oh.
Yeah. So what I would do, you know, is like I said, about once a week, I come in. Usually I do it on Saturday. I'm not going to do it now because I still have some more ads to post today. So tonight when I get finished, before I shut down, because I shut down my computer every Saturday night, I reboot it again on Sunday mornings before I go to church. So I will click this ad tonight. It says renew all ads, and it will automatically update all my ads. And the reason I like doing this is because it syncs them. So once I renew them today, then all of them will be on the same 30-day trial until I start creating again tomorrow. And then they'll be off by that one day until I sync them all again on Saturday next week. So this is, you can go in and renew all your ads right here at one time, and it renews all of them depending on how many you do have. I have, like I said, 86 pages of ads, so it usually takes a good couple of minutes for it to renew all of my ads. And with it being their busy time right now, I don't want to do that. I'll do it tonight when it's not so busy. The other programs have a little bit more leeway. I think classified ads have a 6-month period, I think it is, or a year. US Net Ads has 6 months or a year, I think it is, before it has to renew. AbleWise is 30 days also, and it doesn't tell you they're getting ready to expire. So you have to check your AbleWise every week and go in and resync them. The good thing about AbleWise is every week it will send you a report on how many times your ad's been viewed. I actually put a wine ad in Australia and UK, and I had 196 hits the other week for the one in UK. So that tells me that's a hot market to go in and post wine ads. So I will probably, I actually created a few that I'm going to post there tonight, specifically for the UK. So it's not quite as user friendly. You have to specify exactly where you want those ads to go. It doesn't give you the option just to do the UK. You have to, you know, pick a city in the UK or province. So it's not quite as user friendly as this one. This one gets used the most. That's why it slows down so much during those peak times. So if you are early riser or, you know, go to bed late, those are the optimal times to go in and start advertising. A word of advice, You don't want to advertise wine early in the morning, especially on social media. You want to do that in the evenings or afternoons, just for format. People don't want to see wine in the morning. They want to see coffee or breakfast or clothing. They want to see wine to relax, wind down, settle down. So that's the thing of my marketing strategy. You don't want to post wine ads first thing in the morning.
Hey, Miss Sheila, like our direct sellers and our Valentis, what category? My mentor is telling me like Valentis and direct sellers, we should be doing that in the job sections. Is that correct?
If that's where they're telling you, but that's not the only place you can market those.
Maybe in a future class, you can give us the categories.
I can tell you that right now. Wine, if they're telling you, I personally would not do wine as a job because it doesn't pay an hourly commission. But now if your instructor's telling you that, go by what your instructors suggest. I do wine. I tell my students to do wine as a business opportunity because
that's what I meant. That's what I meant.
Yeah, business opportunity. You can also do it as a entertainment for your wine. You can also do it in miscellaneous, and you can also do it in general merchandising for your wine. Now, for your Valentis, you can do that the same way as a business opportunity because you can become an independent rep. You can also do it in health and weight loss. You can also do Valentis in beauty because they do have the beauty products. You can do Valentis in pets because it has the pet program, the canine Prevail. You can also do Valentis in general merchandising and miscellaneous. Those are the 5 categories that I do Valentis. Now, as they come out with different products for Valentis, then you can determine what other categories they can go into. So let's see what else you could probably put Valentis in.
If you don't get thrown out, then you're safe, right?
Huh?
If you don't get thrown out, you're safe.
Yeah, but you don't, and it tells you up at the top, if somebody reports you that you put an ad in a category that is not specific to your product, they will kick you out and kick all of your ads off. So you want to make sure that if you put it in a category that it is acceptable there. So you don't want to put Valentis, say like in auto parts and stuff like that. That has nothing related, or in, things like this.
Well, I put wine in real estate before and didn't get thrown out.
They will give you a little leeway, but if the right person catches that, they will report you. So
I said, do you give gifts? Like I said in the ad, do you give gifts out?
Well, see, that's different. You've actually specified that it has a reason to be there. So if you're going to do that, then you need to make exactly, you put in there that it could be a gift. If your ad specifies that, then the category is appropriate. Also, if your ad specifies that, you want to make sure your article that you're sending them to has that same information.
Okay, can you go over wine one more time? All I got was business. I got all the Valentis categories.
Okay, wine, you can do it, like I said, in business. You can do it in entertainment. You can do it in miscellaneous and general merchandising.
Sheila, can I just ask you, and I don't know why this is sticking in my brain. You said that classified for free is the same as CJ?
No,
Okay, I'm sorry. Somehow I picked that up. Okay, never mind that. Okay.
No, there's other programs out there like CJ. I have several different ones that I'm a part of. So CJ is not the only program out there. There's several ones out there.
Okay.
But yeah. Yeah, you're good. So, all right. So
wine, I have business, miscellaneous, general merchandising, and I have EN, but I didn't finish it.
Entertainment.
Okay.
Yep. There you go. And like I said, you can tweak it. Like Mr. Lewis said, he put it in real estate. So if you put it in another marketing category that it normally would not fit, and you make it fit, then make sure that when you send them to your page, that your page has that option for them. That if you're saying that can be a marketable tool for your real estate, or if you're saying, hey, give the gift of wine and gifts and novelties, then make sure when you send them to that ad or your article in your website that you have that reference in your article. So that could be a way that when you go in to actually modify your pages, your wine pages, your Valentis pages, that could be a good modification in there. That, hey, if you enjoy giving gifts, for your holidays, for birthdays, for any special occasion, wine makes the perfect gift. Or same thing, or if you're in the real estate market or in the investment market and you have a wide clientele, then here is a great way to introduce your family to their new home or your client to their new business investment. Give them a gift of wine, so then that way you're tying your article in with your ad. So then you have more categories that you can actually market it in. So don't just choose a category because that can be an option. They might not see it that way if they go in and read your article and there's nothing there that alludes to what you actually advertised. So you want to make sure that there is a tie-in, that if that's the category you're marketing in, that you do have a tie-in in your page for that exact same thing.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Good questions, guys. I love this feedback.
Now I got more homework to do on my web pages.
Well,
I would love to go over bookmarks before we run out of time.
Oh, we good. We're getting ready to get that. That's why I'm checking off my stuff. I wanted to go over, let's see, did that. The one thing about the response magic and spam, when you go to your response magic and you create the email to go out, look at your email and it will give you a spam report. If you have a link in your website, in your email that you're sending to people, it will automatically put it in spam. If you have a web link, you want to use that tiny URL to make sure it puts that HTTPS in there, because then it reduces your spam quality.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, and the reason being, and they have to accept your email. It will automatically go into spam. For what if they've never received your emails before? That's just a protocol for Google. And it will go into spam if your spam count is high, or depending on how they have their email account set up. A lot of people say if it's, have it set up that if it's a new email that you are not familiar with, to send it to spam until you accept it. So it just depends on how they have their set up. But whenever you create an email in Response Magic to send out to potential customers, or your students, it will have a spam count. So look at it. If it's in the yellow to red section, then especially if it's in red, it's automatically going to go to spam. No point. But sometimes the yellow, depending on their email account setup, it'll go to spam, or it might just go straight into their inbox. If it has a low count, again, if it depends on how they have it set up, but if it has like a 1.2 or 1. Anything less than a 2 or 2, I think it's a 2.2. Anything less than that, then it usually will go to their inbox for them to see. But as it gets above that 2.5 range for spam quality, then it has a 50-50 chance of either going into spam or going into their inbox. But once you get to that red section, it will automatically go to their spam. So what I normally do is if I have somebody's email and I'm sending them an email with a link in the email and it gives me a high spam rating, I will go ahead and set up the email, but then I send them a text. I just sent you an email. Please check your spam folder, as it might have gone there, and mark me as not spam. And as soon as they mark you as not spam, no matter what your spam rating is, it will automatically go to their inbox.
Okay, great.
No, Sheila, where do you see on Response Magic where it says your spam count or
When you go to your Response Magic and you go into create an email for your Response Magic, when you get ready to send it, so when I go here and I want to create an email, and I create this email, and I put my subject line in there, and I create an email, and then I go to send it, okay?
Mm-hmm.
As soon as I hit send, it will show me what my email is going to look like, and at the very top where you see all this information, it will actually say spam count.
Okay.
And it will have a barcode, and that barcode will be color coded. And if it's in red, and it tells you what your spam count is. And if you have a high spam count total, then it's going to go into spam regardless. If it's in the yellow section, then it gives it, like I said, a 50-50 chance of it going to spam or going to their inbox. If you have a low,
is that because people are marking it as spam when they
no,
receive it?
it's how the program's set up. And usually, if you have a link in your email that is not a secure link, which our website's not secure, which we don't need it to be. We don't accept money or personal information on our website. So it will automatically send it to spam. So that's why I said if you have a link in there, you want to make sure you use a tiny URL. Because a tiny URL always puts it as a secure site.
Okay.
That will negate some of your spam count. But then also, I always send it to a text to that same student or customer or whoever, because I usually, if I have their email, I have their number too, and let them know I've sent you an email. Please check your spam, and have them mark you as not spam.
Got it.
And then that way, whenever you send them an email, regardless of your spam count, it automatically goes to their inbox once they mark you as not spam. So.
Now, Sheila, what else? All right, if you have a non-secure link in there, what else would cause it
if you have a lot of spacing? Because I know when I first did my email that had the times for our training program, because of the spacing, because of the time, the way I had it bolded, it marked it as spam. So once I went in and took some of the bold out, took some of the spacing out, made it look more like paragraph form instead of an ad form, my spam count went down.
Mm-hmm.
So you can play with it a little bit and just see how it works. But for some ads or some emails that you send out, the spam count is not going to go down no matter how you word it, phrase it, organize it. You just have to let them know that it's going to probably be in their spam. And then the other thing that you have to remember too is that if the student or customer or client that you're sending this email to, if they've never received emails from you, they'll get an email from Response Magic asking to accept your emails. If they never pick that up and say, yes, I want to accept emails from this person or this business or however you have it set up, then your emails will never get to them. They have to accept taking those emails from you. So that's another thing you have to be aware of. Now, if they've come in and registered with you already, which I have my students do all the time, I send them my link for Response Magic and tell them, go in and sign up for my Response Magic. That way they go in personally and sign up from their computer, and it asks them, do you give this site permission to send you emails? And as soon as they click yes, no matter how my site's set up or how my spam is, they will get my email. So you want to make sure that if you're an instructor and you want to create a student list, then you make sure you send them the magnet link for your student information so they can go in and register for your Response Magic so they can get your emails regardless of what your spam count is.
Wow, I never knew any of this.
Yeah. So I have it in my student sheet. I actually have a student sheet that I send all my students. It's my student information sheet. And the one thing it has on there, and if you're an instructor or an instructor in training, you want to create one of these. And this should be something that you send to your students with your information. It has, first and foremost, It introduces me as their guide. It gives them Rory's training site. It gives them his blogging for cash. And this is, and I have it highlighted, this is my link for them to go to Response Magic for my students. So when they sign up, they automatically are accepting me to send them email information. If you don't have this and you manually key them in, they will get that letter from Response Magic saying, do you accept this person or this company sending you emails? If they do not accept that, your emails will never get to them.
Okay.
Not through Response Magic. So you want to create a magnet for students specifically. And then when up at the top, you know, when you go into your Response Magic and you have your customer magnets up here, you want to find the one that says, see, I got my PBS student sign-ups. I go here and get my code, and I give them this link right here. You don't give them this. You give them this link right here, your squeeze link, so that they go in here and they sign up, and it has the question, do you give this person permission to send you emails? As soon as they click that yes, I don't care what your spam count is, they're going to get your email. So you need to create that. If you're an instructor or instructor in training, you need to go on Response Magic, create you a magnet just for your students, and in your student handout that you send them, you need to make sure your link's there and make sure that they sign it up. And I even tell them your first initial will probably be in spam mail. Find it, mark it as not spam, just in case.
No, how do you create that link? Is it by
when you go into, just like you created your Response Magic that goes on your page, you create it the same way, except you label it customer magnet, you know, or label, like mine's labeled, you know, my PBS students. So then I know to give them just that link.
Okay.
Yeah. So when you go to create your opt-in form, where it asks you to create a name, then you just name it PBS students. Then that way, you know, that's the only way you're going to use that is just for your students. Your students will be the only ones that's going to be on that list.
Okay.
Okay.
And
then that way they know that they personally have signed up and will be able, you'll be sending in their emails.
We'll watch you live.
Okay. So that's what you need to do if you're an instructor or instructor in training. You need to have that. Also in my student information sheet, I have my personal referral information that you want them to sign up for. I send this to them before they even go do step 1 in Triple R training, because Rory has it now. Before, when I got in, everything that was there was Rory's. And so I have several students that signed up under Rory because he says, you know, get your instructor's link or sign up here. And they always went to sign up here instead of saying, hey, where's your link? So I went in and created this sheet and I send it to them with the introduction. When you first get them into PBS and you send them your introductory email, and with all their information, I include this with it. So they have all of my information. For my links, and I have all my links here, you know, that I have for referrals. And then I also have my anchor offers, and I let them know up front, these are anchor offers. We'll go over these in our training. This is pre-flow. So now they know it's coming. They know what the information is. And as soon as I get them on the phone after initial contact, I do the flow with them and talk them about direct sellers. And here's my links for that. Here's my coffee for Valentis. And then on my step 5, I tell them about the training call. They just updated it with the new number, so I updated my sheet. Give them the webinar information. So everything is here for them to get. I also included my Zoom webinar for when Rory had me on the Tuesday night training call. So they can listen to me chat and laugh and cut up with Rory. And then I give them training information. Here's the links to get to Paul's Saturday and Thursday webinars, how to get there. And then here's my YouTube channel. Miss Estelle, this is what you need for the classes that he does on Thursday nights. Here's his links to get there with the password. Here's the recording of the Wednesday and Tuesday night calls, and then our training sessions on Saturday. So when I give my students information, they should have no reason not to be able to get any kind of information or training that they need. It's all right here.
Well, would you mind if we used yours as a template and we just changed out our links?
You can use anything I have to offer.
I would like that too, Sheila.
I do want to be instructor after a year or so in the program. So it's just something to remember.
Yeah.
With Sheila, it's going to be faster than a year.
As I was getting ready to say, you don't need to wait that long. I promise you, being an instructor is not hard. If you're willing to listen and can help somebody teach them what you're doing, if you're doing it, it's easy to teach it. And that's what I tell everybody that wants to be an instructor. If you can do it, you can teach it. That's the basics. All people want is someone that's going to listen and have patience to teach them how to do what you're doing. That's it. You will get occasionally, well, how much money are you making? And I tell, this is my answer. I can't tell you how much I'm making because you might not be able to do the same thing I'm doing at this particular time because I don't have a full-time job. I stay at home. I work this. You still have a full-time job or you have other obligations that I don't have, so your time constraint might be different than mine. So I'm not going to quote you a number that you might think you have to achieve and then you can't do it. So that is totally optional, up to you. However, if you want to make an X amount of dollars, I can show you how to do that. That's my key. I never give anybody a hard figure amount because that's false advertising. Because again, I can't promise what they're going to do when they get off the phone with me. And I tell them, hey, you can make $5,000 next month. Okay. Then they get off the phone with me and don't do anything until we get back on the phone again. And it's like, well, I didn't make any money last week. Well, what did you do? Well, I didn't have time to do anything. Well, but you told me I could make $5,000 in a month. So I never give people dollar amounts. Never.
I always tell them it's what you put into it.
Yeah. And as you get more confident in yourself, you can, give them, because I never give people dollar amounts because you don't know what they're capable of. You don't know what their commitment level is. So you can't prejudge people either. If they say, hey, I can't get into the wine right now, or I can't get because financials, okay, go to the next step. They know it's there. I have right now, because I was looking at my DC last night, I have 8 students that are in DC that are not brand partners. They are non-product partners, which means they don't receive commission. They don't receive volume. If they get in a brand partner, they'll get their fast start bonus, but they won't get the monthly commissions on binary level until they get that required volume amount, which is 125 BV. But they have a link, they can market wine. And a lot of people won't give them that option because they want that fast start bonus. With me, I don't care. It's Same like, here. You want to get in, you want to make money, you want this product. Okay, fine. You can go in and order your own product if you want to try it. But if you don't have that $249 to get started, we got an option for you. I have 3 ladies, actually 2 ladies and a gentleman. 2's recovering alcoholics. One lady, she said her church would look down on her if she got, I was like, you know what? But she says it's a business. I'm not going to go against anybody's religion or anybody's recovery. But if they see the business side of it, there is an option for them. And I'm going to make sure that everybody has the opportunity to get where they need to go in the business. They can always upgrade later. Always. It's going to be there. DC's not going anywhere. But if they want to get in and get started and market it, there's an option for them. And I'm not going to hold anybody back because I want to make some money. It'll come to me eventually. That's how I've always seen it. Always will. But, it's there for people to get in and get started. But like Roy said, with the new program, get your pages modified so that when you do get in the system, all you got to do is put a link in and you're done. But being an instructor is not hard. If you're doing it, you can teach it. I promise you.
But Sheila, please, when our class is over, I can't save the page that you was just on, But
Yeah, just send me a Skype PM. Just look for me on Skype and I'll send it to you. Actually,
okay,
you know
thanks.
what? Are all of y'all there's some of
Yes.
you that are not in Evolution. Those that are not in Evolution, just Skype me. Those that are in Evolution, I will post it there.
Oh, okay. I'll look for it there.
Okay, I'll post
Perfect.
it there.
Thank you.
All right, and if you're not in Evolution group, just PM me. And once we get, and I'll send you all the information you need that we just went over. All right.
Okay.
So now on to our bookmarks. Okay. Now for Mac works a little different, but it's still the same concept. So this is Windows 10. So those that have Windows 10 or an HP product or anything that uses Windows 10, you will see the toolbar right here should look exactly the same. The only difference is you won't have these little folders.
What if they're gray instead of yellow?
That's what I said. If you have a Mac
Yeah.
or other program, they will be a different color, but you will still have, yeah.
Thank goodness.
Yeah. But they are still the same.
They're yellow.
Yeah. So they're still the same. They're still your folders. So if you have a bunch of stuff that you've bookmarked and all you said was bookmark it, and your bookmark automatically defaults to your bookmark bar, then you're going to have this little double arrow at the end of your toolbar.
Yeah.
Do you see that, Mr.?
Yeah, that's what I have to do every time.
Okay.
Right.
So now
Yeah.
what you're going to do is we're going to show you how to alleviate that.
Great.
So what we're going to do is you're going to open this. See, I've gotten all my stuff already here. So let's say that I do not have this classified for free bookmarked, okay? And I want to bookmark it. All right, so you see your little star right here, okay? And it says bookmark this page. And I'm going to click on this star. And you see it pulls up this toolbar. It tells me that it's posted and classified for free. And it automatically is going to put it in my personal folder. Well, I don't want it to go to my personal folder. I want to create a new folder, okay, that's not there. So then you go here to where it says more. Okay.
This is where I mess up.
Yep. You're going to say more, and you're going to create a new folder. See down here where it says new folder?
Yep.
You're going to create a new folder, and that folder is going to go under personal. Well, I don't want it under personal, but I'm going to leave it there for right now because I want to name it. So
But I don't have anything. Mine just shows bookmarks like on the top one. There's nothing else there.
All right. So when you create that new folder, it'll drop it right under bookmark.
Okay.
All right. So as soon as if you're on your camera, on your computer, go ahead and do this now. You can bookmark your Zoom.
How do I get out of you and get on my computer?
Where are you at? Are you on your computer listening to Zoom?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Do you see this toolbar up here on your Zoom? Because if you're on Zoom, it should look just like my Zoom.
I just see your screen. That's all I see.
Okay. So what you want to do is you want to minimize your screen.
Oh, minimize it? Okay.
Mm-hmm. And you should be able to minimize your screen, and it's going to show you your toolbar and your information.
Okay, well, I'm going to have to get away from you to minimize it. I'm not sure how I'm going to do that.
Okay. You should be able to, if you look on, because mine's already minimized, if you look on the corner of your, I'm trying to think where it would be at. It's either...
See, all I get is a full screen of your screen.
Yeah, and you want to get out of full screen mode.
Mine's in the center. I don't know. Is this in the center? Check on the top in the center. That's where mine is.
Would it be view options?
Yeah, you want to, view options, and you want to exit full screen.
Okay, there it is.
Okay. Now you see your information up here? So what's it?
I see all my bookmarks up here.
Good. That's where we want to be. So what you want to do is look at your toolbar, and you see your little star at the end.
Yes.
All right, you're going to click your blue star until it turns blue.
Okay, it says post attendee Zoom.
All right, and then where is it? It's got a folder, and it should say bookmark bar, right?
Right.
You don't want it to go there. You want to click on where it says more.
Okay, and it's I have the name is post attendee Zoom, and it has URL under it.
All right, now what you want to go to is down at the bottom where it says new folder, and click on new folder.
Okay.
All right, now where did your folder show up?
It shows up new folder under bookmarks bar.
That's where you want it. So now label your folder Zoom training.
Where do I label it at? The name up there?
Yeah, where it's highlighted, that folder, beside that folder, it should have a box around it, and the name that says new folder should be highlighted.
Yeah, what do I do? Click inside the box?
Yep, click inside the box and rename it.
Okay. Oh, it says new folder, so I just rename it.
Yep, rename it.
Okay, and name it what?
Zoom training.
Okay, great. Okay.
All right. And once you do that, then you're going to click on save.
Okay, got it.
All right. Then once you do that, then you should see that folder up in your bookmark column. Do you see it?
I see a folder where it says other bookmarks after my arrows.
So it didn't show up here, right?
No.
All right. So now what we're going to do is go to your arrows.
Okay, click it.
Yep. And then you're going to find that folder.
It's always at the bottom. This is as far as I ever get.
Yep. So find that folder at the bottom.
Okay.
And you're going to drag it to where you want it in that bookmark bar at the top.
Oh, drag it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah. So now what you want to do is, so now when you click on that, that'll take you straight into Zoom. So what you want to do now is you want to go in and create new folders and name them. And then everything that you have in that double arrows that's in your bookmark bar, you want to drag them to the appropriate folder that you create.
Okay, I think I got it.
All right. And then that's
wow.
So that's all you would do. And what's going to happen is when you create a new folder, it's going to drop under your bookmark bar, but then it's going to be at the very bottom of these arrows.
Yeah,
so
that's as far I was ever reaching.
Yep. So then what you do is you got to drag that folder up to your actual bookmark bar, and then you're going to place it in the order you want it to be.
Okay,
and then once you get it named, then you're going to go back here to your arrows and then start searching for the programs you want to go in that folder.
Got you. I got it.
And then that way it'll clear out this information and everything will be in a folder. Like here, I just click on add sites. There's all of my ad sites. I click on my personal. There's all my personal stuff. My marketing sites. These are all my marketing sites I want to go to. And then all my training sites. So that's a good way for you to get organized so that you're not hunting everything that you need. It's all right here.
Wow. Yes.
Mac runs the same way. You just there might be a little tweaking to do as far as getting your bookmark bar up here or getting your folders, but the concept is still the same. Also, the color will be different. It's gray instead of the manila color. Me and Miss Constance found that out. So, but the concept is still the same. Once you get your folder named, then you can move it to your bookmark bar. Make sure it's under your bookmark toolbar so that it can show up here. And then once you get your folders named and have them up here, then you want to move all of your information that is in these double arrows and categorize them based on your bookmarks.
Okay, but how do the rest of the bookmarks that like I want to go into the Zoom meeting, I just go to my bookmarks, click on it, and drag it to my folder?
Yep. So whenever you do Paul's webinars, the next time you do Paul's webinar, as soon as you log into that, you want to click on your blue bar, your star, bookmark it, and tell it you want it to go to your webinar training. And in that way, it'll be right there, and you just click on it and pull up Paul's webinars every time. Same thing with the Tuesday night training, the Wednesday night training. You got a folder now just for your Zoom meetings. And anytime you log into a Zoom meeting, before it closes out, the minute you log into it, go ahead and bookmark it. And
But
move
each
it
bookmark has to be dragged into the folder?
Yes, because you have so much.
Okay.
But
Okay.
but now when you, since you have a folder, when you click on bookmark, it'll show you that folder, and you just click that folder and it will automatically put it there.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, the minute you create a folder, like with mine, I create this folder. You see where it says folder?
Yes.
If I click that drop down, it shows me all my folders.
Oh, okay.
So if you have a folder like your Zoom, like mine training, I would just click on training and hit done, and it automatically puts whatever is in that toolbar in my training.
Okay. Okay.
So once you create the folders, then you don't have to drop and drag it anymore. You just choose the folder to where you want it to go.
Oh, okay. Okay.
All right. That clear that up a little bit?
Cleared it up, but you know, I'm a slow learner. I mean, I think I got it, but if I don't have it, I'll let my mentor know, and then okay it if I can contact you again.
Well, it'll be on the training because we're recording it, so it should be up
Okay.
by the end of the night. And if not,
Okay.
you know, ask them. You can get with me again. And
Is that on your Mama Chief YouTube?
Yep, it'll be there. And like I said, just depends on how fast it downloads. And then it usually takes about 10 minutes to upload it. So sometimes it takes it a while to download and
Okay.
complete the download.
Okay.
But it'll be there by the
If I
end of the
see
night.
things a couple of times, that's when it gets burned in, you know.
Yeah, there you go.
I have so much information I'm trying to learn, you know, sometimes I got to see it 2-3 times.
Yep. But once it clicks, it's there.
Yeah, once I burn it in, it's there.
There you go.
You know what? I don't know why. When I go to the three little dots and I hit, no, that's not it. Okay, on my screen I've got, I've got my toolbar, blah, blah, blah. But then I hit, something says bookmarks, and so bookmark bar, and then, sorry, how do I get rid of a new folder because I can't change the name in this milieu that I'm in, which is showing all my bookmarks. I can't delete it, and I can't change the name. So
Right click and delete.
You should be, yeah.
I tried that.
If you can drag it up to your bookmark bar.
Guess what? Wait a minute. I was trying command and delete because on Mac, and all I did was now hit delete. Okay, sorry.
And like I said, Mac, for whatever reason, Mac has a few extra steps than HP, you know, so, or other programs. So it's been a while since I've been on a Mac, but I have several students that use it, so it's coming back gradually.
I just, everything is usually command delete because sometimes when you just hit delete, it doesn't work. So, okay, this is just simple delete.
And then usually if you actually click, like with if it's in my bookmark bar and I right click it, then it gives me a command screen. So then I can actually come in here and rename that folder. So you might want to play around with that too, to see if you actually have it on your bookmark bar, if it gives you the option to change it. But usually you want to make sure your folders are up here. But you don't need to have a whole lot of folders. There should be, you know, a few that you can have that will incorporate all of your information that you need. You know,
I got it.
So there you go. And then like the ones that I use all the time, like my website, my Response Magic, my computer, tiny URLs that I use quite a bit, my Google Voice, my Canva, I keep those up here. I don't put them in a folder because I don't want to hunt for them. But they're right here for me to just click on and go to. So you might have a few like that you just want readily available that you really don't need to bookmark. or you don't want to bookmark. But for the most part, if it's stuff that you use every day, but you don't need to be right there to click or one click away, then make sure those are in the folder. But stuff that you use constantly that you want to be one click away, then you can just leave these open in your bookmark bar and not necessarily put them in a folder. Okay. All right. You're welcome. So now let's go to our LinkedIn. I'm going to show you how to do that one. So in LinkedIn, when you come here, it's going to tell you all kind of information. It'll tell you, it works basically like Facebook, your LinkedIn, except it's for businesses. That's how it started out for people to, post their resumes, post a profile, post information on themselves in order to find a better job is basically what it's for. So if you go to home,
can you move pictures over here too?
Huh?
Can you move pictures from Dropbox over to here?
Yes, it gives you the option to do pictures also. LinkedIn is just like Facebook. If you use Facebook, where it gives you the option to do pictures, LinkedIn's the same way. So if you go to your home, this is where you can come in and create an article. See where it says start a post. But if you look at the bottom, it says write an article on LinkedIn. And that takes you to a whole different format on LinkedIn where you can come in here and write an article. Look at that. It looks just like your web page almost. And you will work it just like you do your web page. And you can literally come in here and write an article for LinkedIn to be posted on LinkedIn. And they let everybody know in LinkedIn that a new article has been published. And they can come in and read your article. Now, you don't want to just come in here and write anything. You want to make sure, because this is a business profile, a business program, that you, yes, I'll make sure I put everything in there. And so you want to make sure that when you do create an article in LinkedIn, that it is written for the business oriented. So when you do a wine profile or wine page, you want to make sure that it is business related. So you want to make sure you present them the business opportunity. You want to make sure that if you're doing it for real estate, that they know that, hey, this is a great investment for your real estate program to give as gifts to your new home buyers or your new homeowners. If it's for any company, this is a great way to do social marketing. Have a wine, a wine social for your clients, or have a wine party to introduce your new clients to each, to their, to yourself, or have a big housewarming or house dedication or anything, let them know that this is a good opportunity. Same thing with Valentis, present it as a business opportunity. If you're looking for a new adventure or a new venture to invest in, here's a great marketing tool. Weight loss. Weight loss has been around for a long time. Everybody's always looking for it, no matter the year, no matter the season. Here's a great company to invest in that not only works with weight loss for people, but also with animals, along with other natural products for, people to invest in. Computer is another good one. Sephora is another good one you can use. Travel, let people know, hey, we got great destinations. Are you looking for a place, to host your next business conference? Then, if you have access to some of these travel sites, post them out there. Here's a great travel site that you can use that you can, to host your next business function. Or you're looking for a vacation site, for you personally or for your company investment, post those out there, but always make it, don't make it personal, make it business, because LinkedIn is all about business. They're not very much on personal. They are all about business. Recognition, I get emails all the time or pings about people that are being recognized for been with the company for X amount of years, or being with the company, they just hit a peak with being with the company, or they're getting ready to retire. So again, there's another niche you can use. Hey, you got people getting ready to retire or getting ready to hit a milestone with your company. What better way to reward them than with a nice fine wine? Always market according to the platform you're marketing in. So does that make sense?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, y'all awesome. I can't wait to meet y'all. Who's going to Dallas? Is everybody?
I am.
Okay. If you're not going to Dallas, please find a way to get to Dallas. It's going to be amazing. It will change your perspective of how you market your business. Even though it's a wine conference, we'll be with Rory Thursday night, and he will go until there's no more questions to ask or you're falling asleep in your chair. And then we'll drag you to your room and come back.
Sounds great.
But it is amazing. When I went to New Orleans, I did not sleep probably the whole time I was there. I actually went with one of my students. We went, she stayed in Pensacola, still stays there. And I was so exhausted, I ended up staying with her for 2 days just to get some sleep. So, it's amazing. And you just learn so much because there's so many people there that you can pick their brain for ideas on how to market, how to approach people, how to tweak your business, how to do your business, different ideas you can get. So if you haven't decided to go, I really suggest you get a ticket. And if something comes up and you cannot make it, trust me, there will be somebody to buy your ticket if you can't get there. That's how I got there last year. I just could not figure out a way to go with work and everything. And at the last minute, it was like, I'm going. And Shane Belcito, he had a student that could not go. And I said, can I have their ticket? And I sent the money to PayPal for the ticket. And that's how I went to DC. Went to New Orleans for the DC conference. First one I ever been to. And literally 2 months later, I won the trip to Napa from DC.
Oh, wow.
I hit Master Seller and was one of the highest making wine commissions. So it will change how you perceive your business. Trust me, if you can go, please find a way to get there. It will change how you market.
I got my ticket, I got my motel room, and I'm ready.
There you go. It will change how, I promise you, it will change how you do everything. But this is how you do LinkedIn. And like I said, it works just like your website. You can add pictures, and it says right here, shows you here, you can add pictures, you can add media, you can add video, you can do anything. It works just like your website. And then when you get finished with it, you publish it. And you always want to make sure you send them back to your website to read your articles, and not send them to the actual article page. You send them to your website because you want to get the exposure for your website. So,
Okay.
so that's,
How did you I forgot how you, or I missed where did you go from Facebook to LinkedIn?
No, I have LinkedIn saved. So LinkedIn's just like Facebook. Okay. Yeah.
Because I have it saved too. I was like, did you find a shortcut?
I have it saved actually in my folder.
Okay.
So it's in my ad sites because I ad for Facebook, for LinkedIn. That's where I go there. I took it out of personal because I don't use it for business anymore. I actually use it as a ad site now. I have, I still get people that search me for, to come work for them. I, still tell them no. But it's wonderful. Same thing when you go to Creative Post, you can actually do camera and post pictures. You can put videos in if you want to do videos. So this actually works just like a Facebook profile. So if you come in here, create a post, create an article, however, you can still do the same thing. I post an ad just like I did for Classifieds for Free, put a picture in it and just post it. And it's there. People look at it. They have the chance to. And then you can build up your network. I have people right here that come in, that want to, be a part of me, say, hey, I saw your ad. It's great. Can I be part of your network? Sure. Come on in, grow your network. And then what happens is when they, just like with Facebook, when they join your network, then they click on your ad, then everybody in their network can see your ad. So it just builds up a bigger following.
But do you have to be friends with them, Miss Sheila? Do you
No.
have to accept people to be able to get on LinkedIn, like Facebook and Twitter?
You can just sign in for LinkedIn, and then anybody, once you get in LinkedIn, then anybody can search you. They can pull you up, and the administrator lets people know, hey, we got a new LinkedIn. So it's not like you sitting out there and nobody knows you're there. They do get notifications when new people come in, and then it's up to you on whether or not you want to accept people. It will tell you, hey, there's somebody on here that you know, or that somebody that's in your same field. They will give you those options, and then you can do them just like Facebook. Invite them, to be in your network. Invite them to be in your group or whatever. I still have one invitation here I haven't even looked at. I didn't even pay it no attention. I need to go look at that later. But yeah, you want to build up your network and your connections, just like you want to build up your Facebook, your Instagram, all of those information. You want to build it up because that's just more exposure for your website. But if you don't, they can still see your post and your picture. Yes. But they have to look you up to see it, or does it go? No, it shows up on like a news feed, just like on Facebook. It shows up on a news feed. Yep. Okay. Got it.
And Sheila, if somebody like, do you know blah, 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 I couldn't find a way to delete it. There's this person I don't particularly want to know.
You just, if they're on Facebook, just unfriend them.
No, it was on LinkedIn.
It should be a way to go in there and do the same thing. I haven't had that, but you should be able to go in and unfriend them or unrelate to them or something.
Block them or something. Or,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
But they say, do you know? And I was looking for a thing to say no.
Yeah. And you just, there should be a way to go in there and stop it.
Okay.
You just have to find it. Yeah. All of them have that option. They have to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sheila, did you say to, like, if we wanted to post something on a business opportunity for wine, did you say click start a post, or do you click on write an article?
Either one, whatever you wanted to do. If you wanted to write an article about how they can use wine as a marketing tool, then I would definitely write an article. Don't have to be a long one. And then if you have a page in your system that alludes to the same thing, how they can use wine as a business opportunity, then, at the end of it, you can say, if you want to read more, then visit my blog site, or visit my website, and then put your link for your wine page to show them how they can make wine a business opportunity. If you don't have a page in there specifically for that, then just write your article and then send them to the link to sign up for DC. So you would send them to your Fine Wines page. So it all depends on what is in your system on where you want to do. If you just want to do a post and say, hey, this is a great opportunity for you to get free wine to be able to send to your customers, then, do it just like you would any other ad for classifieds for free, and then send them to your wine page. But if you want to do a totally different article about how to promote wine or how to do Valentis or Sephora, then do an article, but make sure that the page you send them to in your website references some of the same stuff that you write in your article.
Okay, so the difference between the two, post is more like an ad, whereas an article is more like a page on your website?
Yep.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. All right. I think that's about covers it, except for Pinterest. And like I said, Pinterest is just, it has boards. So when you go to Pinterest and you create your ad, it's more of pictures with a little bit of a blurb. You're going to have your title. Then you tell them about your post. You're going to put your picture here, and then you put your link, and then basically you have to tell it where you want it. You want to post it in cryptocurrency. You're going to put it in family vacation. So these are all boards that are already existing, or you can create a new board. And when you create a new board, then other people, Pinterest will say, hey, there's a board out there related to a topic you have. And then you can post it to that board. These are boards that I've created, and I can post. And if there's a board here and it's like, okay, well, don't really have a board for what I want to, then I can create a new board. But people can come in and post. I can come in and post, but you have to put it to a board. And all a board is sort of like a category. That's all it is. But you just create your category, but the ad part's the same. You're going to drag your picture here, add a title, put your information here, and then just go from there. I don't use Pinterest a whole lot. It's more or less, so here's some boards that people have, like virtual shopping, a board. So there's boards already out there for virtual shopping. And the thing with Pinterest is if you click on these pages or these pictures, it takes you to see, here's the blog. It tells you where it came from. So that's the thing about Pinterest. They can use this. They'll click on the picture. It takes them to the category or the blog page that tells them about this. So that's how it gets created. And sometimes I just come through here to see if I recognize anybody's website to see what's out there. But these are just different things, boards that people, and it's all under virtual shopping. So what would happen was when I post mine for virtual shopping, my picture would show up here. So that's how Pinterest works. It's just another marketing tool, but you need to make sure that, you have a board to create, or that there's one there for you to put your article in.
That's free though?
Yes, it's free. It is.
And should you make a a business account as opposed to a personal account?
No, you don't have to do business. Everything should be personal. The only thing that you want to do as a business is if you go into Facebook and create a separate page just for your business. But if you have a great following on Facebook, I'd be kind of a little bit leery to create a business page. But you can, and just invite all of your people to your business. Because then once you create a business page, not a business account, a business page, then all you can do, then you don't have to do nothing but advertising. You don't have to do anything personal, which is what I've done to my Facebook. So I actually have a business page. So if you go to your Facebook, and a lot of you is like, well, how do I get just a page? If you go to your Facebook and you have a Facebook account and you're using it for personal information as well as advertising, which is what you want to do, you do 2 personals for every 1 ad that you put out there. That's just the rule of thumb. So when you pull up your Facebook page, if you go to your home page, here, you'll get basically a category list over here on the left-hand side. And at the very bottom of it, you actually see where it says Explore. If you go right here where it says Pages, you can create a new page. Okay?
I'm sorry, I missed that. Where did
Okay.
you?
All
Sorry.
right. You're fine. If you go here to where it says Pages,
Wait a minute,
you're going to go
where's your
to,
cursor?
okay, you're going to go to Home
Okay.
on your Facebook. All right, and it's going to pull up this. And you're going to go down here to Explore.
Okay.
And you're going to go to Pages.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to pull up all the pages that you have. And these are the pages that I have. And then if you want to, it says right here, you can create a new page. All right, so then you just click on create, and I don't want to right now because it'll ask me to create one, and I don't want to create another one. And you click on that, and it gives you the option to title the page, and you just created a new page. Then once you create a new page, you do like an introduction, just like you do your regular Facebook page. And then it gives you the option to invite people to your new page. So then all you do is look through your Facebook friends and send them an invite to look at your new page. And then once they're there, then they will be able to see your business page, not your business account, your business page as well as your personal page. And your business page is used by nothing but business posts. So if I come here and click on my business page, I don't do nothing but ads in there. I have about 135 people that are in there. And it actually creates a whole new page for me that I can come to. So I'll come here to my post. Go to my inbox. Let's see.
I find Facebook to be very slow.
For some reason, it has been this week. I don't know why. I don't know if they're doing some updates or what's going on, but it has been slow this week. I usually don't have any problems with it, but it has been slow loading up this week. Because I will post something and it might be a couple of hours before it actually shows up. So this is my business page. I don't have a business account because most places want you to pay for a business account. But with Facebook, you can create a business page. And as you can see, I have nothing personal on here. Even my name is my business name. My picture, profile picture, is the picture I want for my business that is on my business cards. But I do everything on here is nothing but ads. I don't have anything. I don't know why I got this on here twice. See, this is what happened yesterday. It posted twice. I don't know why it posted twice. See, I already got 8 people that's looked at this off of here. And then it shows everything that I've done. It shows my pictures. If I come here and look at my post, it will show all the posts that I've done for this page. And that's all I've done is just, marketing on here. I don't do anything else other than just my marketing. And I need to do it more, but I only do here about twice a week. But on my homepage, I market there every day. I talk on there every day, either about Eli, my family, friends. This is my cousin. She just graduated, her daughter, my cousin's daughter. She just graduated from school. She's wonderful. But this is where I come in here and post. So I'll just come in here, type something up, and usually I don't do business until at night is where I will post a business ad. During the day, I do personal. At night is when I do business. So that would be a good marketing thing for people, because I know some people's like, well, I'll post all day. There's certain times that you want to do things. Business should always be done in the evenings on social media, because people will check their social media. Emails can be done about any time. Text can be done about any time. But for social media, you want to do, like if it's coffee, then you do it in the mornings. Hey, post your coffee memes or your coffee ad or your coffee video in the mornings, but never post wine. Wine should always be done in the evenings on social media. And then if you do a coffee meme or coffee ad in the mornings, then you shouldn't do any more ads. It should all be personal from then on, if you have it mixed. But if you just do your business page, like I have, then you can do basically anything you want to, but I still wouldn't do a wine ad in the morning or afternoon. It'd be late afternoon, evening before I would do a wine. Just decency. So, but that's how you would go in and actually create a new page. I would never do a business account. You can always do business pages for just about everything. I wouldn't do anything business. I always make it personal, because most of the time when you do business accounts for anything, they want you to charge, or they want to charge you at some point in time for it. Okay. All right. So any questions? I think that covers everything that we wanted to talk about today.
What about the key phrase and link phrase?
Oh, yeah. Key phrases. So when you come to, let's go and pull up. So a key phrase is basically your keyword. So I'm going to pull up, what was that page I just did? This one right here. Okay, we're going to do an edit. This is one I did on Baseball Fever. And I actually incorporated a couple different programs in here. I did my Sephora for travel and hotel. And then I did a couple of affiliates that do tickets. So do sports tickets. So they can go in here and get their sports tickets. And I actually found this clip on
Bryce Harper.
Yeah,
Bryce Harper.
Yeah, I actually found this clip on YouTube of Unbelievable Plays, and it went right along with my title. It says, will you be there for the next big play? And if they click on this, then it sends them to a link where they can go buy sports tickets for different ball games. The link also gives them options to buy concert tickets, or football tickets when whatever the season is, they have options to buy tickets. So it's sort of like Ticketmaster, but cheaper. Then I got a video of my grandson, and I put in there, this is the next, major league player in training. And it goes to sports equipment and stuff like that. But then if you come down here, convert to, and you'll get this every once in a while when you post stuff. And these are just HTMLs that I got off of CJ. So there's my pictures. I actually linked the picture in there in my gallery. There's the meme I created for my baseball. Perfect. Here's my sports equipment, so they can go to sports equipment. So if you get down here to your Yoast and you get your key phrase and your key, and I actually had the same problem. You want to make sure that your page, when you do a key phrase, it's not a phrase that you've used in another page. And sometimes we do that unintentionally. And then a lot of people's like, okay, where's the page I linked this to? And then they try to find the page that they linked it to. Or it will come in here and say that you've linked this page, or you use the title or key phrase that you're linking to another page with. Don't do that. And you don't want to do that either, because then you have two pages either using the same keyword, or there's an article or a picture or something that you're using that already has that keyword. The way to fix that is, don't try to find the one that is already linked. Change the one you're working on, because it will take you forever. I spent almost 3 hours trying to find what I was linking previously. So it was just easier for me to come in here and change my keyword, and then go back in and change my pictures to put that keyword in. So when it tells you that you're linking something previously then usually it means that your alternative keyword, you're using that somewhere else. And so you have the same alternative keyword in your current picture or your current page that you have in a page you've already created. And so therefore you won't get indexed on Google because you're using the exact same keyword in the same website. Now, that don't mean other people can't use the same keyword. They're in different websites. But you can't use the same keyword in the same website. You won't get indexed for that, for either one of those pages. So it's just easier to come back in and click on your page and change your see, this one I don't even have one. And if I type in beach life here as my keyword, it's going to give me that message because I actually have a page called beach life. So if I put beach life here, it's going to tell me I'm linking the same keyword or key phrase to this web page that I'm doing another one, that I'm using a previous one. So I'm going to use the same key phrase here. And even though the picture's a little different, I'm still going to use the same alternative text as my key phrase and be done with it. Then that way Wow, I am just all, didn't even link that. So I must not have finished this page before I published it. Hold on. Oh, that's why. This one is actually my internal link. So that's fine. That's why I don't have it linking to anything. It's actually my internal link because it's going back to my destination page. That's why I don't have it linked to anything. But I still want the text to link to something. So that's why when you get that message that you're linking to another page, you've used the same words that you've used in another page as your focus keyword, or you've used in your alternative text, you've used the same text phrase in another picture or as a keyword somewhere else. So it's easier to come back and change the page you're working on than to look for the one you're linking it to. Because then you'll have to search your whole website to find out where it's at.
So you can never, like, okay, let's say let's say you have baseball fever. Now that tells you can't use it, let's just say. And so I mean, you can't use the word baseball, you can't use the word fever.
No, you can't use the phrase. It's not the word, it's the phrase. It's telling me that I've used this same phrase in another page that I have.
Could you say, like, baseball really gives me fever when I think about it?
Yeah, it cannot be exactly the same. That doesn't mean you can't use the same wording.
Gotcha.
It cannot be exactly the same. Okay. So I could put baseball is a fever, or, change this around if I wanted to use these words, but I cannot use them exactly as they appear in another page, because then it's telling me, hey, you're linking this page to another page that you've already used this keyword. We can't do that, because then they're confused. There's like, okay, which word do you want to use this page for a page? You've got the same keyword in two different pages, and you can't do that, because then it won't do either one of them. They won't index it because they're not sure which page you really want that key phrase for. Even though it works great for both pages, you can't do it.
Gotcha. Okay.
So what you have to do, and this is what I tell all my students, it's easier to change the one you're working on than it is to go in and try to find the one that you've linked to, because that one's already done. It's over. You don't need to go back in and try to change that one because it's finished. It's already published. It's already been out there. If you've published it, if you advertise for it, you've already got it out there. So if you go in and try and find the one that you've linked it with or that already is using that one, then that means you're going to have to change your keyword. You're going to have to change your key phrase. You're going to have to change it in your title. You're going to have to change a whole bunch of stuff if you go to the original one. Then that means if you change your key phrase, that means it's not going to be indexed. It's going to go to a broken link if somebody tries to find it. So it's better to leave that one alone and change the one you're working on, because that one's not been published, or you're updating it, so you're don't have anything out there that's going to be affected. So it's easier to come in here and change your key phrase to something that's different, and then go back and check all your alternative text to make sure that they match what your key phrase is. Sometimes we change our alternative text to match something else because we want it to link for something different. That's good as long as you don't get that message that you're linking it to another page, because that means you might be using, because right here I would love to put Sephora here, but I already know I'm using Sephora or like I said, Beach Life. I know I've already used Beach Life before with this ad in my vacation travel page. So if I put that here as the alternative text, I would get that message that I'm linking a different page, or I'm using the same key phrase for a link, and I don't need to do that. So it's easier to change the page you're working on than to try to search to see, okay, what page am I looking for and which words am I using? Just go back through all your alternative text and change them to match your key phrase. And then if you're like, well, I don't want to use that key phrase on this picture or on this ad or whatever, then you need to determine if you have a good key phrase, because your key phrase should be able to be used in all of your pictures, all of your media. You should be able to use that key phrase and it should be good. If you don't like using that key phrase for any particular picture or media that you have, then you need to go back and question your key phrase. Is it one that's you like, and is it appropriate? If you don't like your key phrase in all your pictures, then I would change your key phrase. Your key phrase should be something that you're proud of, something that you know will work, something that you will be proud to put on any picture that it will relate to. And if your picture doesn't relate to your key phrase, you might want to change your picture, because all your pictures should be relatable to your key phrase.
Okay, show this one. I've got two posts. I've got two post things, and my mentor said they actually run together. And it's so redundant. And, it also says offers, you also get an offer. I don't have an offer. I don't know what to put there. It's like, I want to just not have that sentence there. I want to get this post published, and I just can't figure out some things on, it says here, you should know that I've got a gift for you. And what gift? I don't know what they're talking about. Okay. Now, is it something that you want to gift them, or is it something that it's already there? It's like, I'm looking at, I haven't changed amazing thing. I mean, I've got the title, but I haven't changed the paragraphs of all of it. I've just kind of got to the last two on the first post page. Why do I need two post pages? I asked my mentor, she didn't, they run into each other. Right. The post, you do need, for Google AdSense, if you apply, when you get ready to apply for Google AdSense, you need at least two relevant posts on your home page. And they don't have to be the same thing, like my post, but if you go to my, hold on, let me update this. If you go to my home page, which is where your posts are, you go to your home page, you should have at least two. One of mine is my welcome page, and I think there's a couple other ones on there. I really can't remember, but I think one of them is for travel, and one of them is whatever was there. I just updated them and left them. But I did change my home page. But that's a requirement, and they don't have to be the same. But just remember, because it is on your home page, you can't move it to pages. Right. No, I know that. I just don't understand. Like I said, I haven't changed everything, so I guess it's still like the original Rory's. I'm not the links, but just the terminology. And so when it says, go here and subscribe. No, not that one. Okay, here's the thing. Okay, Constance, I'm going to alleviate that right there. This is your website. If you don't like something, change it. Doesn't matter. If you don't like it and you don't have anything that doesn't go there, and you're like, okay, this doesn't make any sense to me, just remember, if it doesn't make any sense to you, then it won't make any sense to your readers. Okay. It has to make sense to you. You have to be proud of it. So if there's something in there that you don't like, you don't understand, you don't want it there, take it out. That's why it's called modification. You fix it the way you want it to sound. Okay. Do you read it before I put it out, or should I say, does my mentor, instructor read it before I put it out? If you're happy with it, publish it. Okay. The only thing you need your mentor or your instructor to do is when you get ready for Google AdSense, you say, hey, I'm ready to apply for Google AdSense. I want people to look at my site and critique it. Okay. But remember, when you ask us to critique it, because we will, I go through it with a fine-tooth comb, and I will make sure, because I have Google AdSense. I know what they're looking for. And if you don't have what they're looking for, I'll let you know. No, and I'm not worried about that. It can be harsh, because I know a lot of people spend a lot of time on their websites and they think it's perfect. But what you got to remember, you're not looking at it with a critical eye. You're looking at it from your perspective and what you perceive it to be. You got to look at it from what other people perceive it to be. And if you get good critiques from it, take it with a grain of salt and say, okay, this is what other people see, and then look at it from their point of view. And sometimes you will see, yeah, I did need to change that a little bit, or that might not appeal to everybody. I do need to change that. But don't look at it as being personal, because this is nothing personal. Just remember, this is all business. We make it personal
when we meet you, because then you can say, oh, I know that person personally. What they're telling me is just for my benefit. It's nothing that's going to make me feel bad.
A long way from AdSense.
Yeah.
A long way. A long
And
way.
that goes for everybody. When it comes to modifying your pages, the one and most important thing you need to remember, this is your website. This is what people will perceive you through. They will never meet you, probably some of them, unless they're family or friends that go to your website. But for the majority of the masses that read your website, they're going to meet you through your words, through your advertising, and through your website. So you want your website to represent you. That means when you modify it, if you talk with a twang like I do and talk hick and not proper grammar, then that's the way you write. Don't try to make yourself into something you're not just because you think, oh, this is going out to the public. I got to be this. Be yourself. Write like you talk. If that's the way it makes you feel better, if that's the way you can get your point across. If you read an article that you're modifying and you're like, I would never say that, then you modify it in the way you would say it. Or if you say, that's something I would never put in a page, take it out and put in there what you would put in there. That's how you modify a page. Don't change the overall concept of the page, because that's what's drawing people. You want to change it to the way you yourself is for your personality. That means if that picture that's on that page is not something that fits your personality, then change the picture.
Okay.
That's part of modification. That doesn't mean you got to go in there and say, well, Roy wants this, or this is what this is supposed to be. This is your website. So that means you make it yours. You take ownership of it.
All right. I'm just afraid that like you got to put in Bitcoin. You got to put in something that you're saying, or you want them to come and buy,
You never use the word buy.
I know, but you know what I mean. Like coffee, you have to write about coffee because that's what's selling, or not, what you want to promote. And I'm like, okay.
I want you to go read some of my articles. I don't tell anybody about go buy this coffee. I tell them about my personal experience. If you are in these programs and you've experienced anything similar to what your offer is, write about your experiences. Okay. It's easier that way than say, okay, this is Valentis. This coffee loses weight, makes me lose weight, and I got to write about that. If you haven't experienced that, you're going to get brain drop. It's like, I can't think what I'm supposed to write. But now with me, I've been doing Valentis since September. I've lost close to 60 pounds. I can go on there and tell them, yeah, I drink this coffee. I don't drink it as coffee. I mix it with my hot chocolate every morning. Yes, it's 90 degrees in the morning. I still drink my hot chocolate, and I still eat what I want. I don't exercise. I've dropped down 4 sizes in my clothes. I tell them about me. And I was like, if you want to do the same thing, then you need to go here. I don't mention Valentis specifically until the very end. I tell them about me. Same thing with other stuff, with clothes. I love clothes. I love shoes. I tell them about my experiences. You write the way you feel. If you don't feel comfortable writing about, hey, you need to go here and buy this Valentis stuff. If that's not how you talk to people, you used to do jewelry. You still do jewelry, how you used to market jewelry. You didn't tell people about how they made jewelry. You told them about what it went with, how it looked, how it could make you feel. Write your pages the same way. That goes for all of you. You all have experiences that relate to people in some shape and form. Use that to your advantage. Just because you're advertising for a company does not mean you have to be an ad campaign person. That just means you need to use your experience to market that product. So I always say, write what you want to write, anything that you feel like you want to write, then come back and look at it and say, what product relates to what I just wrote about? And then put your product in there, put your links in there. I never come and write a page about a product. I write about an idea I have. And then just like with the wine and cigars, I wrote about, I have so much stuff in my head because it's something that my husband does. It's something that is hip in culture right now, with more women smoking cigars, more men wanting to relax, the non-traditional way with bubble baths, and drinking wine instead of having a glass of bourbon at night. They'll grab that glass of Chardonnay or that Pinot Noir or that Sauvignon, and they'll sit in a hot tub, with bubbles and just meditate, so I write about that because I'm a researcher. But I'm writing about trends that will go good with a product I already have. If you notice, I didn't say about what it tastes like, because I have yet to put my mouth on any alcohol, and I'm not going to, but I know that there's people out there that want that. So I can write about the trends and then come back and say, well, I can put my DC here. I can put my, my cigars here. So I write about what I like. And same thing with your page. If you're modifying the template, which is your original content, you can still relate to it and change it. You don't have to leave what's there. That will make it a lot easier on you and get rid of a lot of frustrated people that are trying to modify stuff that they can't really relate to. Make it relatable to you. It makes it a lot easier to modify that page. If you don't like it, get rid of it. Change it to something you do like.
Okay, thank you very much. I'm just like, oh.
Yeah.
Constance, is Sheila saying you used to make jewelry?
Oh, yes.
I was pretty famous.
Why don't you write pages on that?
Oh, because I thought I had to include, things that are in the Rory's example.
No.
I've told her. Ask her how many times I've told her that.
All right.
I'm pleading insanity or senility.
Come on, never mind. Like Sheila said.
You should see some of the jewelry she's made. She sent me pictures. They are amazing. She could actually have her own affiliate.
I want her to send me the jewelry, never mind the pictures.
Miss Constance got a real talent. She does. And I told her, even with Pilot, she needs to put her in more of her stuff.
And longer videos.
Yeah. But that's the thing, if you already have a niche, and that goes for you gentlemen too, use your niche in your website. Trust me, it's something you already know about. You're comfortable with it. Get that confidence in your website to help you build up the stuff that you're not so comfortable with. Use your strong points to build up your weak side. So that's my soapbox for the day.
Okay.
So that's all I have for today.
Were you going to do anything on Canva though today?
I can, but I don't know if I need to record it. What do y'all want me to do for Canva? I can do Canva. I love Canva. Y'all know I do.
Were you going to do the I forget. Were you gonna do something with the create a page around your Canva, or maybe that's
I was, but it's so late now. I'm not gonna have time to create a new page. So we might do that next week, or I'll show you what I've finished it.
Okay.
But I know that there's one I need to fix. So let's go to Canva. Can y'all hold on just a minute?
Certainly.
My grandson is here. Hold on.
And I couldn't find it. And then the password I thought is lowercase R 247.
There's
uppercase, isn't it?
There's no.
It's what?
Uppercase.
Yeah, they're all uppercase.
Oh, okay. I tried that too.
Now for the webinars, there's no password. You just have to be in Zoom.
Okay, no, I got that one. And you just go to Paul's, whatever the number is.
Yeah.
267-159-642.
2Q84.
Wait a minute. I think we're talking about two different things.
Oh.
Yeah, we are.
All right. So you're trying to actually get on his webinars, or you're trying to find where he has them recorded?
Oh, I'm going to both to try and find, especially the one he just did on the Thursday.
Okay. He probably hadn't downloaded that one yet, but it will be on the, let me pull up my schedule.
It's just that, he's got so many places to go. I'm getting crazy here.
Yeah, pause. It would be on the performance blogging classes.
Okay.
So just double check.
Okay.
Yeah. And that one is password protected. So you need to make sure you put in.
What I did. I did put that in. All right. Sometimes when I hand put this in, I hand write it, it doesn't go through.
I always copy and paste, but and just.
Well, I did that too.
Yeah,
Whatever.
Yeah,
Okay.
just make sure you go here. I'll resend it to you to make sure that you have the right one. But it should be just a RRR247 for the password to get in there.
I did get. Anyway, thank you. I will.
And just try. But they are in reverse chronological order. Okay.
Okay. I sent